It's the Ray
and Belle
Podcast.
Podcast.
Woohoo! Okay, so
Okay.
this is our first episode, pilot episode actually. So,
Pilot? Wow.
yeah.
Yay.
Can you tell us a bit about yourself, Belle?
Oh,
Just
me?
introduce
Wow. Me
yourself. Yeah,
first.
starting with you. Yeah.
Okay. So I am Belle. I I do a lot of things in life, but mainly I do Twitch and work full time. If you guys want to watch me play horror games and stuff, I've got a Twitch. My username's Porcupine, PJORKCUPINE. And yeah, that's me. How about you?
Okay, so I'm Ray. Um, I'm a little less exciting than Belle.
Don't say that.
I'm I'm still a student, so I'm studying pharmacy, and that's pretty much what I do these days. Just study, 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 work, 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 and yeah. So outside of that, I study Japanese. Wow, right, wow. Uh, I do like watching anime and reading manga, like the normies.
That's not a normie
And
thing.
and these days I've been into like running and trying to get into philosophy
I
as a
love
hobby.
philosophy. I love philosophy.
Yeah, that's me. Okay.
Okay, so tonight's turn would be Ray's. Um, she will talk about.
Okay. Something really broad.
Mm-hmm.
Can happiness exist without sadness? So, firstly, what do you define happiness?
I think, for me, happiness is a never-ending goal because, quite frankly, as humans, we thrive. We thrive in positive environment, and for us to be able to understand what a positive environment is, we need to feel, chemicals in our body, which we call happiness. And I think the moment that we stop getting that, then we seek another way how to excite our body, or like how to, have that sensation again.
Yeah.
Yeah, which can be quite complicated because, there's a lot of factors how to get that. Like, it could be, let's say, for example, if it's in a workplace, you don't like your coworkers, then you tend to like find other ways how to, maybe like look for another job that you might think that will, um, oh, this other workplace might have better coworkers that might treat me better, yada yada yada. So to me, like bottom line, to me, happiness is a never-ending goal. When I was in college, I remember my professor in FEU. She told me that Aristotle said, or like not she told me, but like she was, discussing it to the
Yeah.
class. That Aristotle said that the only way for you to get happiness is when you die. Because all of the things that you've experienced in life, those are the only things that, like, Aristotle said that the goal will stop when you die. Sorry, let me rephrase that. The goal of seeking happiness will stop when you die, because that's where it ends. So I thoroughly believe in that one. Like, no matter how successful you are, no matter how you think you're at the top of everything, at top of the world, I don't think, you know, anybody can say freely that, oh, I am happy, I'm contented. Like, you're happy, but you're gonna want to have more things in life that will make you more happy. Does that
Yeah.
make
Is that
sense?
yeah, it's that endless human desire. Like it's always greener on the other side kind of
Yeah.
mindset that's been
Mm-hmm.
drilled into us, right?
That's true.
And there's like, so Buddhism, they teach us to, well, not us, but they teach themselves to be content with what they have. So, and they also strive for like minimalism,
Mm-hmm.
and just to reach that happiness. Going back to the question, can happiness exist without sadness? I don't really agree with that. It's like darkness and light. Darkness can't no, light can't exist. Wait. Like they're coexisting, that you can't take one out of the other. Like you don't know sadness without feeling happiness, and you don't know happiness without feeling sadness. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, I'm just rambling. I have no point.
No, it's
I
good.
don't know.
No, I understand what you were trying to say.
But yeah. But there's been religions that have been like trying to reach that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like happiness without sadness, in a way. Which is reaching. I don't know. I don't know. Let's let's go to the next question.
Oh wait, I have a take on that one though, because
Yeah.
that's a different question. Um, to me, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to experience sadness for you to be able to feel happy. I just think that there are like most cases where people are just bored and they just want to be happy. Bored doesn't mean that you're sad. You just don't know what to do. So you tend to find things that will make you happy. Because, like even the smallest things when you're bored makes you happy. Um, or like, let's say, for example, you're trying to reflect on things and you're like, oh, well, you know, this, like these type of stuff makes me happy. And reflection doesn't necessarily mean that you're sad. So I don't necessarily agree to that point, but I guess it's like Bjork has said this a bunch of times. If you're like a big fan of Bjork, Bjork said that in order for you to feel emotions, it's like a wavelength. So for me,
Yeah.
that's how I see it. So emotional landscapes. So when you feel emotional landscapes, you feel different things, right? So when you feel different things, obviously you feel sad, you feel happy. Obviously the end goal will always be the happiness, like being happy, being contented, being reaching that end goal where you can safely say that I am happy, or like I'm contented to where I am today. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you always have to, feel the extremities of it. Like, oh, I have to, like, oh, I have to struggle first before I can reach happiness. I don't necessarily think that that's right. I just think that
Yeah.
it's sort of like, I forgot what she entirely said in like one interview, but I just think that it doesn't always mean like that. Like, you don't need to be sad, or like you don't need to feel sad or lonely or whatever like, like down emotions that you have to feel. Like, you can, again, from what I said, that you can be bored and just need to find small things that make you happy, and then voila, you're happy. So no.
But I do agree with that take. However, like happiness, or like that kind of happiness from like, let's say, fleeting pleasure, or like, random things from being bored, I think that's less authentic than happiness born from sadness or struggles. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you appreciate like the sun when it's raining hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, even though that sadness, you don't necessarily need sadness to have happiness, I think that it would be more authentic to have that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
Yeah, but like regardless of how big or small your happiness is, or like your what I call that, like your point of view of what being a person is, like it doesn't matter, right? Like as long as you're happy, then you're happy.
I
Like
guess so.
yeah, doesn't I mean like you don't really want to weigh it in up to a point, like because if you see it that way, you're gonna be like, oh, am I going to be super happy if I do this? Or am I gonna be less happy if I do this? Or how much, like, is it gonna be like 80% happiness or this is gonna be like 60% happiness? I think that's just going to make life so complicated. Like, let's say if I look at my, if I'm bored and be like, if I play video games, will I be like 70% happy? Or if I write, will I be like 30% happy? I just feel like it should be whatever comes to you naturally when you're like, I want to do my hair today, even though it's gonna make me bald. Well, as long as I'm happy, even though I became bald, or like, I wanna I wanna do my nails today, even though it's only like going back to the percentage thing. Even though it's only like 20%, as long as you're happy, I guess that's just makes things a lot more complicated if other people see it that way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, that was great.
That
Shall
was a
we
great
do
intro.
another one?
Yeah.
Is it more courageous to face the unknown or to accept what you already know?
Oh, okay.
Or maybe let's tweak that. Would you rather live blissfully or face the truth in any context? Or like, we can talk about specific contexts. You know, do you want to do that?
Okay, sure.
So, my friend actually asked me this before. So, let's say 10 years down the road, you're married, have kids, but you found out that your husband has been cheating for the past year. So, you've been married for like 5 years, right?
Yeah.
And kids, 2 kids, let's say. If you were in that situation, would you rather live blissfully, not knowing that ever happened, and just continue on with your marriage, with raising your kids, and also that cheating has stopped, but you don't know that? Or would you rather face the truth and let me know what you would do after facing the truth? Yeah.
I'd go on the latter option. I would go on the latter option just because I know that innocence is a bliss. I know that like not knowing is, a lot easier to sort of to take in, to swallow per se. Other
Yeah.
people say. But to me, I would rather know the truth just because I am the type of person that will always be honest.
Yeah, I
Regardless,
agree.
yeah. I don't like it when people lie to me because I rarely lie on people. And even when I lie, it's pretty like noticeable. It's pretty um like people, already know that I'm lying. And I don't really like the feeling because I grew up like, having to tell people that the truth about stuff.
Yeah.
And to me, this is like the main thing. If you keep on living that life, it means you do not love yourself. You're allowing other people to disrespect you. You're allowing other people to lie to you lie to you face to face, or like lie to you personally like that. And I just think, where do you really put yourself? Do you put yourself above everyone else, or do you put yourself at the at the lowest pyramid, just because you have to be present for the kids, or you have to be, you have to have that perfect picture family per se, because you didn't want to let go, or like I don't know,
Yeah,
like
but
that to me
if you
it's just
if you chose the former, you would have no idea
I would
that
not
he
have an
cheated.
idea.
Yeah,
I think I would have an idea. I'm very
really
yeah,
sensitive.
I'm very sensitive, yes, I admit that I am sensitive, but I'm also very sensible. I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to be sensitive in I'm sensitive in most cases, but I'm very sensible to know like what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
again, like if I let you disrespect me in front of my face, or like if I let you sit in the table, be with my children, knowing that you've fucked up, or like knowing that you've cheated, to me that's like, do I really love myself? Do I
Oh, I
do
agree
am
with
I
that.
do I really respect myself? Because like
That.
before, I'm used to that. I used to be that type of person. Like, oh, I'm gonna swallow it. I'm gonna swallow my my pride, my ego, my
Mm.
everything, just to have that full, like just to have that, because I didn't have that when I was growing up. But to me, no. It's better to have a broken family, like, and be real with the children, or like be real with obviously with the children that you're trying to raise. At least they know that, oh, my mom didn't really, my mom stood up for herself. My mom didn't really want to take that disrespect. And it's sort of like a role modeling for them when they grow up. They're like, oh, my mom didn't teach me how to do that. I go like, my mom left my dad because he cheated. I'm not gonna let anyone else cheat on me too, sort of thing. Well, I hope that's a
Yeah.
takeaway from that.
Hmm.
But
I. Yeah.
yeah, no.
I 100% agree with that. That's what I told my friend. Like, I'd rather face the truth as soon as possible. I would rather know every single thing. Because, me personally, I am quite honest with my partner. I
Mm-hmm.
pretty much tell everything, anything. And even though at that moment that I won't find out that ever happened, like later down the road, I would find out, you know?
Yeah,
Like, I would know.
yeah.
And it's just a matter of when you'd find out.
Mm,
Um, and like, once you do, it's like a massive slap in the face.
mm.
And I would rather just take the bandage off and just find out. Because when I do, I will divorce that guy.
Yeah, go for.
Like, I, because like, my friend, he's on the former side. Because he said that he doesn't want his children to grow up with broken family, and I was like, no way, no. Like, I don't want to be blissfully unaware of what's happening behind my back, because I'm quite open myself,
Hmm.
and for someone to be like that to me, it just hurts my feelings.
Yeah,
It would
definitely.
hurt my feelings, and yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna hurt at
Well,
first, but it's a lot. You'll feel a lot better in the long run.
yeah. Like, you won't waste so much time staying in that marriage, you know?
Mm, definitely.
And you can be one step closer to your actual love of your life. You know?
Sure.
Once you do break up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, we're on the same side for that.
That's true.
Do you have any other ones?
Oh, it's such a simple question, but
Yeah.
do you really think that money can buy happiness?
Oh, that depends on the person that you ask. Like, let's say if they're in a higher tax bracket, I don't think so. I highly doubt. But if they were in my, let's say, lower class or even middle
Oh, shut
class,
up. You're not even lower class, but okay.
I'm lower class, man. I'm a student. Anyways, so I think money can solve a lot of my problems, or like a lot of middle classes problems at the moment, and they would be happy. So yes, I agree that money can buy happiness, But
Mm.
like, on the long run, you see people with like millions and millions of dollars, or like even reaching trillions. I doubt they're happy. I highly doubt that. They just, as you said earlier, to gain that happiness is to keep reaching for it,
Mm-hmm.
they pretty much reach, you know, the top of the top. There's people with a lot of money. And then they just want to keep reaching for more. Now, this I'm talking about like Jeff Bezos, like trillions of dollars worth, you know, Elon Musk. I I highly doubt they're happy because they just want to gain more and more money, more and more properties, more and more, you know, monopoly over things.
Mm.
But for people that have experienced less, have struggled throughout their lives, I think money can truly buy even just a slight amount of happiness. If you think about it, like people who live paycheck to paycheck,
Mm.
they're struggling. Like they can't even enjoy themselves on, let's say, the weekend because they might have to pick up a shift, or like for a student, let's say, also living paycheck to paycheck, they have to spend their hobbies on spare times on working on the side, and then another spare time on like studying.
Mm.
And you know, there's just no time for them to truly enjoy their lives at that moment,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does. What do you think about that?
To me, I have a very, like, I don't know, it could be like a deal breaker for someone I say this. I honestly think it's not happiness that money can buy. It's the concept of being comfortable, or like the concept of comfort. So if you have money, you pretty much can get everything the money can buy, right? A good house,
Yeah.
a good, you can't buy a husband, but I'm just gonna say like a good material stuff like bags, like Louis Vuitton or whatever, like branded shit. But sometimes people think of like mistranslates it from like being comfort to happy. I honestly think that it's just them being comfortable. Like they have a big house, they don't have to work, comfortable. They can go
Yeah.
whenever, like, you know, they can go to a restaurant whenever they want because they're comfortable
Yeah.
doing it. So to me, it's just like it's mistranslating it for me, like most cases. Like let's say for example, a poor person would accidentally like get like $1 million, you know, and then obviously they don't have to give it back to the rightful owner, like they get it themselves. For them, they just, the first thing that they will do is to try and fix the things that they don't have in life: a house, a car,
Yeah.
food,
Be comfortable. Yeah.
and stuff. But those things, they don't really they say that those are their happiness, but when they get used to it, it's their comfort. It's the comfort. So I now live in a big house because I'm comfortable living
Yeah.
in a big house. I now know how to drive a car because I'm more comfortable driving a car rather than taking a train. Um,
Yeah.
I would rather, like, I'm more comfortable eating, let's say, in like a proper restaurant rather than a fast food restaurant because I'm comfortable and much more fuller per se, or like there's a lot of like the food is a lot better in a proper restaurant, or like I would rather wear, let's say, an aged clothing rather than a Kmart because the clothing is a lot more comfortable. But they don't
Yeah.
necessarily mean like they're happy, if you know what I mean. Like it's a lot, I know it's a bit of like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, shut
No,
up. It
I
is them
understand.
being happy, but to me, like, no, you're just comfortable. Oh, because what I've said earlier, that to me, there's really like no concept of being happy in those things. It's just the concept of being comfortable.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so here's what I have to add. Don't agree with you saying that it's a mistranslation. So my point earlier was, yes, it can buy you a house. Yes, it can pay your bills. Yes, it will make you comfortable. But that's not the end game, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
comfort can lead to happiness, you know? Like, it really depends on the person that is put into this situation, right?
Mm.
Let's say on the right person, they suddenly get into this situation. And once they reach that comfort level, they would start to look for hobbies that make themselves happy. They would start socializing because now they have time to socialize instead of working two jobs,
Mm.
and they would spend more money, or like, let's say, spend more time making their kids happy, like even like spoiling them, taking them to see the world. That's what happiness is. But on the wrong person, like they may buy all these houses and cars and shit, but they may fall into illegal substance use just to keep chasing that high, and they
Mm.
fall into this deeper, darker, probably digger lower than they were initially. So it really depends on the person to make that money turn into happiness, or like buy happiness, air quotes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
even though I disagree with the mistranslation, I do agree that it gives comfort, which then leads to happiness. So that's my take on that. My additional note on your point. What do you say about that?
I will still stick on what I truly believe. Like, yes, there will be like a sense of, like, what do you call that? Um, like at the start when you get those things, that there's a sense of, like, I don't know, kind of like achievement, or like, people call it happiness. But like when you get used to it, it's more like a comfort. That's what I was trying to say. Like, it's more like a comfort at the end of the line. Like when you get the money that you need to have those comfort things in life, and then you get used to it, I think it's just more like a sense of comfort, a more sense of security, a more sense of
But is that not happiness? Do you
well,
not think that's real, authentic happiness, just to reach that level in life at this day and age?
mm, not necessarily like happiness, because as what I've said before, and I will stick to it, that it's a never ending goal. Like, you will never truly be happy in one thing. Like, you will always want to have to chase things in life. So to me,
I
it's more like getting used to, if you ever do have that kind of money. Because I can definitely tell you that if I do have that money, I will be ecstatic at first. But then I'd be like, okay, well, I want to do this. Okay, well, I'm getting bored. Well, I want to do this. Do you know what I mean?
I
Until
don't
up to, yeah.
I don't agree with that endless chase for happiness, honestly. I
I,
highly disagree with that, because for me personally, let's say, let's put an example. Yes, you do get used to something you've reached, but you still gain that happiness.
mm-hmm.
Like, let's say you get your dream job. I'll
Mm.
be so happy for like years. Eventually, I will get used to it, obviously, because of like the daily struggles at work. But it was still genuine happiness getting into that dream job. So it's innately human of us to just keep chasing for a new high.
Mm.
And that's where I agree with you. But my point being is that you don't keep chasing happiness, you keep chasing different ones. You can reach it, but it doesn't have to be at your deathbed. Maybe you're talking about like true happiness or whatever, but my definition of happiness is just partly comfort, being secure, and just being surrounded by good people. That's happiness. And also like finding little happiness in hobbies, little happiness in this type of conversation. That's true happiness for me. So it truly depends on what someone's definition of it is. But I do agree that I will still keep chasing for like the next big thing. Like, I'm still gonna aim to get, I don't know, assistant director of pharmacy, owner of pharmacy, I don't know. But right now I'm happy, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my take on your opinion. Shall we do something else?
I'll ask you one more because you've asked me 2 questions.
Yeah. Okay.
If God exists, why is there so much evil in the world?
You really want to talk about that? Okay,
Probably not. Probably
what's
not. Probably not.
what's your position on religion? Like, what are you practicing right now?
Oof, we're gonna have to talk about Machiavelli that one. I am a Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
I'm a Roman Catholic. How about
Do
you?
you practice that?
I can definitely say that no. Not so much. Because it's hard, because it's
But
very traditional. You have to use the rosary, you have to pray every day, and I
well,
don't think that's something that I would do now. Like,
well,
probably when I was in high school, yes, but not now.
do you practice that in your day-to-day lives? Like, apply it on your actions or whatever you say to other people?
No. But whenever people try and like tell me about like this is what the Bible said, yada yada yada. Like when my mom, I know this is gonna be a very controversial one.
Mm.
Whenever my mom would like get mad at me, and then she would like
Yeah.
pull up, like, pull the but you know what it says in the Bible to, listen to your mother and father, or like obey thy father and mother. I'd be like, you're cutting the whole, like the entire verse of it. Like it says that
Mm.
obey thy mother and father, but do not provoke children.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
whenever my mom gets mad at me, I'd be like, well, actually, I can literally pull up the verse right now, and I can tell you that that's not the full thing. Like this is what it
Mm.
actually says, and she gets, so she's already mad, right? Like she would get like
Yeah.
probably extremely mad whenever I do that type of stuff, and I hate it because like people would like randomly quote on shit on like that to me, be like, oh, did you know that it was wrong because it says in the Bible that this is, it's like, no, you're just, no, that's not what it actually says. Like you think that what it means, but it's not what it, like it doesn't, it's not what it means. And I
Mm.
guess it's like a disease, especially Filipino community. I'm so
Ooh,
sorry. Ooh,
controversial.
cut. Too
But yeah,
too
I
controversial.
too, I too am a Roman Catholic, but I don't practice it. I do still believe in God. So my beliefs are mixed with Catholicism and Buddhism. Mainly because I immersed myself so much with Japanese culture. Oh my god, I'll be a boo. um,
What?
so, so my beliefs are kind of mixed. So let's say I believe in reincarnation. I believe in karma and passing it on to the next life kind of thing. But I also believe that God can help me when I'm struggling. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
definitely.
And I think I still believe that there's angels protect when it's still not your time. Because I swear I've had near misses.
I mean, don't we all?
That's why I still believe in that. So yeah, that's the context. And going back to the question, if God exists, why does evil still exist? If he does really truly exist, I think he's too big to meddle into the normal evils in our lives. So maybe putting it into like an analogy. Is that how you say it? If you're a mother, right, and you see your two children fighting over something petty, you wouldn't really intervene if it's not causing harm. Maybe not causing harm, but like you wouldn't really intervene on something petty, maybe. I think. So I think that's my view on God. Like he's too big to just delete murderers. You know what I mean? Like I think it's all a part of life. And yeah, but I do believe that he can influence one's heart to maybe stray away from evil. But he can't, God can't really like directly intervene because he's just too omniscient. I don't know. Like he has to be neutral kind of thing. Because in a Roman Catholic view, like we're all children of his, you know what I mean? Like even if let's say I'm a murderer, I'm still his child. So that's what I think. Yeah. What do you think about that?
As you were like talking about that, I was thinking of those days when I was studying in like a private school. It's like a
Yeah.
Roman Catholic private school, and we've talked about this quite frequently, if I'm being honest. But I can still remember one of my favorite teachers that who discussed this. And he gave us a really short and sweet answer. Not really, really short, but like short enough to convince us that, oh well, that's it. So if you remember the Bible, right? Even
Yeah.
if you haven't read it or not, like even if you haven't read it, the passage or like the first thing that you will see on that one is that all humans or like us, we're born sinners. So that itself already answers the question that there's so much evil in this world because we are already sinners. The moment that we were
Yeah.
born, we're already a sinner, you know. But the
Yeah.
thing is, believing in God is more like a choice. So it's up to
Mhm.
you if you want to be if you want to be on the good side or on the bad side. So I think it answers the question pretty much. Like those people who are evil haven't really
Mhm.
chosen that path, and
Mhm.
whoever God they believe in, they haven't really chosen, like, you know, they haven't really chosen like the real or like the nice God, I presume. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's my answer. Is that we are
Oh
all
yeah.
born sinners, and believing in God is more of a choice. Because if you look at the whole story in the Bible, he did not force those people to believe in him. They just
Mhm.
followed him because, oh, he can do this. Or like, there's something, not magical, but there's something about him that makes me want to be a better person. So obviously, not a lot of people are going to get that same instinct, or like, not a lot of people are going to get that same feeling, you know. So I guess that's my answer to it.
Oh yeah.
Really useless, but really pointless. I
It's
mean,
okay.
but that's how I see it. And when if you've heard my teacher's explanation to it, you would have, you know, you would have understood it better. But when I'm talking about it, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No,
Yeah, but yeah,
I
he was like,
understand.
it's really short. It's really short.
So are you saying that you can only be good by choosing God?
Or
Mm.
no, just to answer that question, not going off to that question, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, but going off to
Okay.
that question, that's a different story, because we're talking about morals and values.
Yeah.
But to that question, that's my answer.
So yeah. Is there anything else we should talk about?
I think what we should talk about are what the viewers, or like not the viewers, but the listeners, and what they are going to anticipate in the future episodes. I think
Oh
we need
yeah.
to discuss like what kind of episodes we're going to be doing, or like what kind of themes we're going to be doing, just so that when, you know, after this pilot episode, they're going to be like, oh, I know that Ray and Belle are going to, you know, discuss about whatever they're going to be discussing on the next episode, and I can't wait for that. So that, you know, there's something to look forward to.
Okay, next episode it'll be a Belle episode. And
Yes,
she
it's me,
will talk
guys.
about, what are you gonna talk about, Belle?
Teka Teka is a Japanese urban legend about a vengeful ghost, Onryo, of a woman who was cut in half by a train. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Wow. Yeah, that sounds good. Scary.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll be
It'll be
focusing on that
exciting.
one. Yeah.
So
I got
it'll
excited.
be like different from this episode.
Definitely more,
Definitely different.
yeah.
But, you know, in the future we'll be doing this type of things too, and also
Yeah.
talking about Japanese and Filipino urban legends. And yeah, that's our
Yeah.
plan for now. And we've never done podcasts before, so
Definitely
feel
not.
free to leave comments on advice on what things you did not like, and then we'll work upon it.
Or a more of a constructive feedback on how we can improve stuff. Rather than just being negative.
Okay. I'll take anything.
I'll take constructive feedback any day.
Okay. So this episode we talked about happiness quite a bit, and I think that's a good warm-up episode. Hey, pilot episode.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a good
Follow-
introduction how our listeners would sort of like have that understanding how both of our like personalities are.
Oh yeah, like our opinions on what we think about things and our style of talking.
That's true, that part, yeah.
And like just our vibe with each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, follow, subscribe on whichever platform we upload this on. YouTube probably. And podcast bean. And that was Rei
And Belle Podcast.
Podcast.